John, what are some of the current trends that the telecom industry is watching out for right now?
Well, worldwide what we're seeing is a real combination of all of the elements that make up the ecosystem. Sometimes you refer to it as a perfect storm when all of the elements come together. The most important thing is the networks now are capable of the capacity that's required to deliver the experience. So the networks, the technology is there. The services, all of the things that people want to have access to, are there in abundance. Whether you're looking at applications from iPhone or you're looking at the internet or e-government or e-education, so many services are available now for consumers to access. And third is the smartphone, the device itself. And for years and years, the phone is always behind the services in the network. Well, now that's there also. So what we say in the industry, the ecosystem is complete. And that's the powerful part right now. People can actually access the content through a smartphone at the speeds that they need. And it's a very, very rich experience.
Now for iPhone and iPad and before that iPod, how has Apple changed the landscape for the telecom industry?
I think what Apple did is it really put the whole ecosystem together. They didn't do just one piece. They didn't design a phone. They actually designed a device that had clear access to content with charging, and they did it in an experience that was easy to use. Anyone could understand it. That really challenged everything. Now everyone was forced to say, hey, we have to put these blocks together so that consumers understand it and it's easy. And they really jumped ahead. And I think what it's done is it's challenged the rest of us to be a lot better.
What are some of the big global trends today for mobile phones users?
The really mega trends are digitalization of everything, getting access to this everywhere, having a very personalized relationship with your mobile phone. It's you and the needs that you have and what you put on the mobile phone, which makes it very personal. It's also driven from a consumer perspective rather than a business perspective. So it's really about you as an individual and what you have in your mobile phone or in your mobile broadband that's important. And I think Apple has been great at this to a very large extent. User-friendly, very consumerized, very, very individual.
I was about to ask you that. How have smartphones like iPhones or Blackberries changed the way the telecommunication sector actually think?
What Apple has done with the industry is fantastic. We've been struggling for 10 years to create a user-friendly access to the internet, user-friendly applications. Apple has changed this dramatically. Of course, it's very important that there are other alternatives like Android and the others, BlackBerry for that matter. But it's really changed the way you use your smartphone. It's user-friendly, it's easy, accessible. So a big fundamental shift, I would say.
How has consumer behavior changed over the years, especially now everything we do it online, we can have access to internet on our mobile phones. How much have we changed?
Well, it's actually phenomenal. If you think back 10 years, most of us didn't have a hand phone. And then we got a hand phone and all we wanted to do was communicate, just talk to each other. And then we wanted to send a very basic text message. And all of a sudden, within a period of about 3 years, we wanted to have access to the world. We wanted to be able to get in contact with anyone at any time, to answer any question. Social networks had a powerful force on this. It's no longer okay for my daughter or my son to sit and not be in contact. They want to be in contact with their friends. They want to know what's going on. When my kids do their homework, they don't look at a book. They actually Google it, and they have access to much more information than you and I did. What happened in 3 years, the world opened up. The most important thing to remember is now all countries can move at the same speed. Before, there was always a digital gap, or there was the developed countries had an edge. But now, because of mobile networks, all countries have the same access to all information. It's a very liberating, very powerful force.
What's the consumer trend in Sweden?
I think overall Sweden is one of the most advanced consumer market when it comes to the use of mobile broadband and mobility in general. And what we see now is everything is moving into the cloud. Everything, all the services, music, movies, pictures, gaming, social media, all the big global trends are here in Sweden now in a massive way.
You mean people do everything on mobile phones? Is that right?
Yeah, I would say so. I would, if you're a 10-year-old, if you're going to school, having your smartphone with you to engage with your friends, Facebook or Twitter or whatever, to go into the web to make sure that you have your homework in order, to sign up for your practices, to keep up with your daily life. Also for yourself as a parent, I'm a parent, I have I feel much more relaxed now than a couple of years back by having my kids with their smartphone and their mobile broadband. You can,
really?
Yeah, you can have a better kind of daily connection with your kids as well in this way.
Aren't you afraid they are so attached to the phone, logging on Facebook, playing Twitter, that they don't interact with you? I mean, personally.
No, on the contrary, I would say. I have a better personal interaction with with my kids now than a couple of years back. It's strange, and this becomes very personal for myself as well. But that's my feeling about it.
What are consumers in Sweden demanding on their mobile phones these days? Speed, or what?
Speed is very important. Quality is very important. An unlimited offer is very important. You don't want to get constrained by the service in itself. Of course, there are different segments and different needs, but we see high demanding customers really also wanting to pay for a very, very good service. And they use it for basically everything.